forest dancers on the green. It's just a bit of fun to pass the days. But there is magic in their dance. The season's blessed and not by chance, and I raise my glass to pagan ways. Do you dream of drinking from the grail, that the truth is held within a tale, and offer sleeps now, ready to return? Do you know that Jack lives in the green, that things are never...
Hey folks, welcome back. Open Pagan Church. Hope everyone's doing well. Can't get my headphones set right. Well, here's hoping everyone's doing well this morning. I'll bring up Discord over here. Looks like Discord is streaming. We are streaming live here on Facebook and of course all of our archives. Welcome to those of you who watch our pre-recorded broadcast. We do simulcast on Discord. There is a standing invite in the text area up in the description if you'd like to join us and talk along with us. Morning Dave, good morning to those of you that are just joining. Looks like everybody's getting up a little bit late this morning, and that's fine. Oh, well, let's see. Camera looks to be a little askew. So what is our topic this morning? Well, we were chatting with a friend of ours, one of the members of our group, Tasha. Been going through some pretty rough times as of late, and she gave me a really good topic and a really good explanation of it. I asked her if I could just copy and paste her explanation. She's like, sure. So I'd like to read that to you before we get started. Not sure how long our broadcast will be today. Might be a little bit of a short one, but I think it's very important that we understand continuing your path as our topic. Boy, that could go a million different directions. But the direction I think she was looking for, and what she sent me, she says, so as we age, our paths change and grows per se. Like all growth, there are difficult times. There are reaffirming and wonderful times, as well as there are times that life is just happens. You go through the blah because there's just no time to, time to do what needs to be done. And she says she'd like to talk about how age and grow, how we age and how we grow. Morning, Clint. And she's right. I know that those of us that have been in it for a bit, it's like I got a wild hair. I know those of us that have been in it, in the path for a while. We all age and we all grow. And our perception changes. Everything we stand for changes. When you're younger and you're impetuous and you want to get off in there and duke it out politically with, with other groups and what have you, that's great, whatever works. But as you get older, things begin to make more sense. Things begin to reshape, and our thought processes change. Not necessarily who we are changes, but how we approach things change. how we get from point A to point B changes. I know for me, point A to point B used to be walking. Well, as of late, point A to point B, get in the damn car and drive. But time, boy, time is definitely not our friend. In this day and age, 2019, at the time of this broadcast, I am seeing more and more illnesses. People that get sick, people that can't get out and do like they used to. Aches and pains and what have you. We've got several members in our group that are suffering from various forms of fibromyalgia, chronic pain. I tend to think there's something deeper going on there than just people getting sick, as people do. But that's my own conspiracy theory. I'll keep it to myself. But how do we continue? How do we push on those days that we can't get out of bed? Anybody? What do you do on days that everything hurts? On days that you just can't really be bothered to get out of bed? How do you handle it? What do you do? I know for me, I roll over and I put one foot on the floor. Oh, well, that worked. I put the other foot on the floor. All right, that worked. And I stand myself up. And I didn't fall down. Cool, that worked. So I find my way to do and start my morning routine. But something I've noticed, for me personally, there are days that life gets in the way and there's just not enough time. But I have found for me personally that taking the time to remember my path, remember who I am and where I'm from, remembering the good, the bad, and the blah, as it were, to coin a TV show, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes that's what keeps us going. Sometimes the fact that we have something larger than ourselves to hang on to keeps us going. Sometimes when we look in the mirror and there's nobody there but self, which is who's always going to be in the mirror staring back at you, is self. You are what has to keep you going. You know, people say the church kept me going. People say God kept me going. The goddess kept me going. Hey, I'm all for giving credit where credit's due. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's you who has to make the choice. Continuing our path is not always the easiest thing to do. It's not always simple, and it's damn sure not always time to do what we want to do to keep our path going and make the changes that need to be made. For once. Hello?
Yeah, this morning I wasn't feeling good. I've got that bug that's going around town. Throat's all sore and coughing bad, but I knew I needed to get up, get online, get some of my paperwork done, along with listening to you guys and interacting with everybody. My path, sometimes I've had some bumpy roads, but it's you just put one foot in front of the other and keep going.
Well, that's pretty much what you have to do. And I mean, I noticed your voice a little scratchy this morning, Clint. I hope you get to feeling better. I know um, this time of year, Mabon through Samhain into Yule, um, the flu runs rampant, sinus infections. Um, just as the earth shifts and mother changes, you know, we get those bugs going around. Like Dave says, a type of the flu is going around. And I'm going to say this from a pagan standpoint, from a pagan minister standpoint: get your ass out if you possibly can and get your flu shot. Yeah, I'm going to step off in it. The split second my job offers that flu shot, I jump up there and I get it. I get that flu shot. So, as if you can, jump out there and get your flu shot. Dave, you wanted to say something?
I said it's the type A flu that's going around now. It's called type A.
Yeah, type A was pretty nasty last year too. Personally, I think the flu is jumping on the entire alphabet, A through Z, and it's nasty and not anything we want to play with. So yeah, absolutely. Get those flu shots. And if you don't, I'm going to be real careful when I say this. If you don't believe in getting the flu shot for whatever reason, that's your right. But think about other people other than yourselves. Continuing our path actually falls right off into that, and kind of glad we brought that up. Continuing your path as pagan, we are supposed to put the needs of the many over the needs of the one. We are supposed to step outside of our fear zone and look at community. Okay, I get my booster shots. Flu shot, diphtheria, measles, if they come out with a booster shot. I know here in America right now, we have a measles outbreak that we haven't had in over 30 years. What's up with that? The flu, the type A or type whatever flu, I don't even remember what all types there are, but it doesn't matter.
Vaccination is big business. It's going to keep being big business all over the world. Vaccination's big business.
Well, yeah, vaccination.
And that's what Bill Gates wants.
Well, vaccination is big business.
He wants to make money off of vaccinating people in the world. That's what he is.
Well, vaccination is big business. But I'd rather pay somebody to vaccinate me than I had to pay somebody to bury me. Burial's big business too.
I got to go back to doc. You need to get my pneumonia shot.
Pneumonia,
and
yeah.
I get my flu shot.
Yeah.
Because I have to, because I'm a heart patient. So
right.
They want me for all that crap.
Well, if you need your vaccinations, get your ass out and get your vaccination. Good morning, Sabrina. Good to see you. Join us up.
I need a good shot in the butt once in a while too, though.
Oh well, yeah. Don't we all need a little bit of that? Good. Well, some people would say I need a swift kick in the butt, but that's highly possible too.
And I'm go off the topic a second. I went to Pagan Pride yesterday. There wasn't near as many people, but the amount of there just seems to be less and less Wiccans now. It just seems like people are just like flocking away from that. It's just the temperature I got.
Is it Wicca they're falling away from, or is it the organizational politics?
Well, probably all combined. You know.
I kind of look at it like this, and from a pagan minister standpoint, I don't let shamanism even come into it. But from a pagan minister standpoint, people are getting tired of the political rhetoric, if you will, of some organizations. There's going to be good and bad in every organization, and even so, that does kind of stay on topic, because continuing your path, it kind of covers, when you get tired of the rhetoric. As you get older, you learn that certain forms of political rhetoric just doesn't do anything for you. And when you're facing, challenges, and you're facing things that are going on in your life and things that are happening around you on a day-to-day basis, it can get tough to maintain that to maintain that constant. Sabrina had 2 exams due this weekend. Well, good luck on that for sure. I know one thing. I wish Facebook would fix their damn auto scroll. Mine don't auto scroll for shit. I keep having to roll over and scroll up. But continuing your path can be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Young people, and I was a young people once. Cutting the top of my head off. Damn camera. Too far up one way and too far down the other. I was a young people once, a few years ago, and I thought I had the answers. If I didn't have the answers, I'd come up with them. Well, nowadays, still, if I don't have the answers, I research them, I reach out, I ask around, I get other people's opinions on what they think, and I form my own opinion. For continuing your path through all of the organizational crap that anyone can run into in any group. It doesn't make any difference whether it's Wicca, witch, shaman, fae, on and on and on and on, druid, whatever. There's going to be organizational rhetoric that you're just going to have trouble keeping up with. And it really is hard to keep on that topic, to keep on that path, to keep the discussion where it needs to be, so that you can stay focused on where you're going. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
So what I know that going through life trials and going through trying just to stay alive nowadays, what do you guys do to stay on your focus, to stay on your continued path, so that you don't fall off of a mountain somewhere and wind yourself up?
every day I just take a few minutes, if I can, just to sit down and think about my past, where I want to go and where I want to bring the circle to. Um, Life's been real hectic lately, but I'm doing what I need to do. But following the path, sometimes it's hard because life, like you said, does get in the way. But just take 5, 10 minutes, sit down, think.
Well, yeah, and I kind of wanted to bring something up today. Um, I got on this, of course, uh, Thursday. I took off work. I wasn't feeling well, so took a little time off. But Thursday, I got into this rant of, I watched the little girl that did the presentation to the United. Yeah. Anyway, I think she's 12, 13. Young lady that read her speech to the UU about climate change. And it really bothered me because we're in a very precarious situation right now with Mother Earth. Now, get me wrong, Mother Earth's going to be here as far as the planet goes long after all of us are dust and dirt. But will she be able to support life after we dumbass humans are through screwing with it? And if you haven't seen this or listened to this young lady's dissertation, her speech, you should. And if you can't find it, because I can't remember what the damn thing's called, it's on my Facebook page. Go look at some of the links I posted Thursday I think it was. But listen to the wisdom of the children nowadays. Not just nowadays. How many times do we get taken aback from the words of the mouth of babes, as it were? The unabridged version of a child's thought. Perhaps we should listen more to children as we get older. And it still comes down to continuing our path through it all. Like we say, we change, our thought processes change, our belief systems, I hesitate to say they change, but they grow. They manifest, they morph, they change. What I thought about and the things that I believed and the things that were so very important to me 20 years ago are not quite what they are today. They're still there. I still believe in them. And I still carry them. But the battles that I choose to fight are different. There are some of the battles that I just sit back and cross my hands on my chest and go, you guys get on with your bad self and see what y'all do with it. If you need some help, let me know. Boy, aren't we a lively bunch today?
Good morning.
Hello, Cindy.
Sorry, slept in.
Ah, hey.
I guess I needed it. What was it? Continue your path, mine. Like Clint does, sit back, take a few minutes each day and study it, I guess you can call. or get on the internet and read about different shamans and continue it with the group.
Well, it's not even that. It's I think it's more to do with our base philosophy of paganism. Because,
True.
one of our many things we've talked about so much is building your foundation of your belief system, building your, lack of a better term, your religious foundation.
Right. When we teach uh, basic pagan 101. That's our foundation.
Right. So we don't actually choose. Our path really isn't chosen for us, although some of us it's chosen for us early on. And then we have to figure out where that block sits. I mean, I know for me, when I was younger, I spent many, many years trying to figure out what the hell the name of whatever it was I am, what it was, how it worked, what it did, what niche did I fit into. And I think personally, more people should step back to the basics. And I'm going to use shaman and Wicca and witch and druid and fae as an example. You become so wrapped up in the politics and the belief and the philosophies and the ideas of your path, as it were, your denomination of paganism, that you forget the basic ABCs of where you came from. You first kind of had to make a decision. You were pagan. You were polytheistic. You believed in more than one. The who you believe in comes in later. The what you believe in forms itself as you move along.
Right. That's like when I learned it in, what, 02? It was like, Lori, almost her name. We don't know where she's at. Taught, she gave me the big blue Buckley's for witchcraft. I don't know what it's called. And that was like basic 101 in there. That's
Well, I mean, research, education. Uh, yeah, we can meditate until the cows come home. We can go to the mastrals and mastrals. We can go to the masters and astral. We can take a look at and listen to every circle out there, every group. But what it eventually boils down to, and what it all comes down to, is our own research, compiling everything we've heard and read and seen from everywhere else to formulate a philosophy that works for us and gives us that fundamental balance that human beings need. But how, and you know me in my single word definitions, but continuing your path, continuing who you are and what you believe, requires what?
watch.
Yeah. What is it? What is the word that says be true to yourself, be true to your path, continue your path, hang on to that, and hang on to the things that you studied and that you believe and the things that you believe in. What is the word that many people have heard me use through the years that keeps you on that path? Dedication. Somebody said it.
I was just saying that.
Somebody said it at the same time I did.
Me.
Why? Dedication. I mean,
Yeah, if you're not dedicated to your path or dedicated to your paganism, you'll get off centered. Or things won't seem right.
well, I mean, if you have no dedication, I ain't talking about dedication ceremonies. You know,
No,
dedication. Go ahead.
dedication is everyday life, everything you do. It's like you're dedicated to doing things. You're dedicated to looking at things.
Well, it goes the same way when you have a job, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, it does.
You have to be
Like,
dedicated to get off your ass and go to work.
and just like you say, you can have all the knowledge you want, but if you don't put the wisdom with the knowledge and the dedication, you will stay.
Well, yeah. I mean, where are you going to go?
To me, nowhere. You sit there and
Right?
like stale.
You're round and round and round and round and round. So I think, and, you know, topics like this, I like them because there's only so much you can do with them. But
Right.
at the same time, though, you know, let's think about it. And I realize some of you guys are just getting up and just joining in, but let's kind of think about this, and I'll give you your Cindy back. I hope Tasha gets to watch this later. Hope she feels better, and of course Clint and everybody else has got the galloping crud or is getting the galloping crud. I hope they feel better. But yeah, I'm going to say this on Open Channel one more time. Get your shots. Get your flu shots, your measles shots. Get whatever shots are out there available for you. Because you don't want to get your kids sick. You don't want your kids to get other kids sick. And you damn sure don't want your kids to end up 6 foot under because you were too proud to get that flu shot. Anyway, yeah, I said that.
Well, I believe in it.
Dedication, man. Dedication.
Yeah.
Dedication keeps you continuing your path. Irregardless of whether you're sick, irregardless of whether the job situation is going well, irregardless of whether situations are going well at home, irregardless of anything on top of anything. Dedication, faith in what you believe in, stand fast for what you know is right, hold to your own, hold to that which you know is right. When we are our sickest and we feel bad and we just don't feel good, that's when it is the hardest to maintain and continue on our path. However, that's when we need it the most. My thought. For sure. Well, guys, I'm going to give you your Sunday back for Open Pagan Church. We're going to bugger off and get ready for Live with the Shaman at 11 o'clock Central Time. Got a hell of a topic today. Of course, I'm not going to say what it is because you may not be watching this at the same time. So, we'll hope to see you next week right here on Open Pagan Church. Have a great day.